Welcome to Millennium News Hour. I am Tanzeeba Naureen. In today's bulletin, we will present top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. China and US should be partners, not rivals, Xi tells Blinken. Witness testimony continues in Trump's New York hush money trial. Biden says he would be happy to debate Trump. White nationalist rally nothing compared with Gaza protests, Trump claims. Biden administration taps tech CEOs for AI safety and security board. Microsoft expands its AI empire abroad. At least 94 people died in USA after medics injected sedatives during encounters with police. India election, millions queued up to vote in second phase. Premature baby girl rescued from her dead mother's womb dies in Gaza after 5 days in an incubator. Biden says no plans to sell TikTok after US ban law. At least 10 people killed in Brazil fire. And champions Alcaraz and Sabalenka throw in Madrid Open. You are listening to headlines, now news in detail. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken has kept a visit to Beijing by meeting Chinese President Xi Jinping as the two countries try to stabilize relations amid disputes over national security, the economy, and geopolitical differences on the Middle East, Ukraine, and Southeast Asia. Xi told the top US diplomat on Friday that the two superpowers should be partners rather than rivals and should help each other succeed rather than hurt each other, according to the state news agency Xinhua. I proposed mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation to be the three overarching principles. They are both lessons learned from the past and a guide for the future, he said. She said China would be happy to see a prosperous US and hopes Washington will share this outlook for Beijing so bilateral ties can truly stabilize, improve, and move forward. But as both Xi and Blinken said, there are still major issues that threaten the recent improvement in relations. Blinken raised the issue of Chinese support to the Russian defense industrial base during 5.5 hours of talks, according to U.S. Department of State spokesperson Matthew Miller, who added that the two sides also discussed fractious topics such as Taiwan and the South China Sea. Donald Trump's defense team has sought to discredit a key witness in the former United States president's New York trial over a hush money payment made to an adult film star. Trump's lawyers on Friday questioned former tabloid publisher David Pecker, who has detailed how he entered into a deal with Trump to catch and kill negative stories to try to help the ex-president's 2016 White House campaign. U.S. prosecutors have spent days trying to establish a wider pattern of efforts by Trump to seek to illegally influence that year's election. Pecker has testified that he hatched the plan with Trump and the former president's then lawyer Michael Cohen in August 2015. Under questioning by Trump lawyer Emil Bove, Baker acknowledged on Friday there was no mention at that meeting of the term catch and kill, nor was there discussion at the meeting of any financial dimension such as the National Enquirer paying people on Trump's behalf for the rights to their stories, Baker said. Trump has been charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business documents related to payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. President Joe Biden said Friday during a one-on-one interview with radio host Howard Stern that he is willing to debate Donald Trump ahead of the 2024 presidential election. I am somewhere, I don't know when, but I am happy to debate him, Biden said in the interview. Biden and his campaign have deflected in recent months on the question of a debate. When asked in February about Trump's calls for debate, Biden merely said, "If I were him, I would want him to debate me too. He's got nothing else to do." In response to Biden's remark on Friday, a Trump campaign advisor, Chris LaCivita, said in a post to X, "Okay, let's set it up." A few hours later, Trump responded in a post on his social media site, calling on the president to do the debate as early as Friday night. Crooked Joe Biden just announced that he is willing to debate. Everyone knows he doesn't really mean it, but in case he does, I say anywhere, anytime, any place, Trump's post said. The post went on to suggest the pair debate Monday evening, Tuesday evening, or Wednesday evening at my rally in Michigan, or, since both were in New York City Friday, to do it Friday night at the courthouse where Trump is currently being tried in a criminal hush money case. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Former United States President Donald Trump has claimed that pro-Palestinian protests on university campuses are more hateful than the infamous 2017 white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. Speaking to reporters outside his hush money trial in New York on Thursday, Trump said the Unite the Right rally was nothing compared with the hate being expressed at student demonstrations against the war in Gaza. "We are having protests all over," Trump said as he left the Manhattan courtroom where he is standing trial over alleged payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election. Charlottesville was a little peanut, and it was nothing compared, and the hate wasn't the kind of hate that you have here. This is tremendous hate, Trump said. Trump's comments follow a Truth Social post on Wednesday in which the Republican presidential contender described the Charlottesville rally as a peanut compared to the riots and anti-Israel protests that are happening all over our country. The White House rebuked Trump over his comments. The Department of Homeland Security established an advisory panel Friday to study how to protect critical infrastructure, including power grids and airports, from threats related to artificial intelligence. The Artificial Intelligence Safety and Security Board, which has 22 initial members, includes high-profile figures in tech like OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, Microsoft CEO and Chairman Satya Nadella, and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai, according to a statement from the DHS. President Joe Biden ordered the creation of the board in October when he signed a wide-ranging executive order on AI, representing the federal government's first foray into trying to regulate the technology since advanced AI apps, including OpenAI's ChatGPT, went viral in popularity. The board's mission includes developing recommendations to prevent and prepare for AI-related disruptions to critical services that impact national or economic security, public health, or safety. Microsoft, the tech titan most closely associated with AI, has announced nearly $10 billion in investments in artificial intelligence abroad in recent months, the price it is willing to pay to remain a top player in this crucial market. The overnight success of OpenAI's ChatGPT thrust generative AI as Silicon Valley's latest tech revolution, lifting Microsoft, OpenAI's main backer, to become the world's most valuable company. Since then, the maker of Windows and its rival Google have been competing furiously, rolling out tools that produce text, images, or lines of code on the basis of a simple query. Meta and Amazon have followed suit with their own increasingly sophisticated models and AI assistants. The bets have so far paid off, with Microsoft on Thursday again posting stellar earnings, which the company attributes to delivering on AI's promise. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The practice of giving sedatives to people detained by police spread quietly across the nation over the last 15 years, built on questionable science and backed by police-aligned experts. An investigation led by the Associated Press has found at least 94 people died after they were given sedatives and restrained by police from 2012 through 2021, according to findings by the AP in collaboration with Frontline and the Howard Centers for Investigative Journalism. That's nearly 10% of the more than 1,000 deaths identified during the investigation of people subdued by police in ways that are not supposed to be fatal. Supporters say sedatives enable rapid treatment for drug-related behavioral emergencies and psychotic episodes, protect frontline responders from violence, and are safely administered thousands of times annually to get people with life-threatening conditions to hospitals. Critics say forced sedation should be strictly limited or banned, arguing the medications given without consent are too risky to be administered during police encounters. The injections spanned the country, from a desert in Arizona to a street in St. Louis to a home in Florida. They happened in big cities such as Dallas, suburbs like Lithuania, Georgia, and rural areas such as Dale, Indiana. They occurred in homes, in parking lots, in ambulances, and occasionally in hospitals where police encounters came to a head. Now it's time for global updates. Millions of Indians queued up before polling booths as polling for the second of the seven-phase elections to India's Lok Sabha began today, covering 88 constituencies spread across 12 states and the Union Territory Jammu and Kashmir. 1,202 candidates, including prominent faces such as opposition leader Rahul Gandhi, Parliament Speaker and BJP leader Om Birla, are looking to retain their seats. Amidst the soaring heat and humidity, the voting started at 7 a.m. local time and ended at 6 p.m. At least 158.8 million people are eligible to exercise their franchise in the second phase. Keeping in mind the heat wave sweeping many parts of India, the Election Commission has extended voting time in several polling stations of 4 constituencies in the eastern state of Bihar. The remaining 5 phases of the polls will continue till June 1 before votes are counted on June 4 as Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeks a third successive tenure in office. A victory will see him equaling the record of 3 terms of India's first PM Jawaharlal Nehru. A premature Palestinian infant rescued from her mother's womb shortly after the woman was killed in an Israeli airstrike has died, her uncle said Friday. Sabrine Joda died in a Gaza hospital on Thursday after her health deteriorated and medical teams were unable to save her, said her uncle Rami al-Sheikh. Sabrine's home in the southern Gaza city of Rafah was hit by an Israeli airstrike shortly before midnight Saturday. Her parents and 4-year-old sister were killed. First responders took the bodies to a nearby hospital where medical workers performed an emergency cesarean section on her mother, Sabrine al-Sakani, who was 30 weeks pregnant. The infant was kept in an incubator in a neonatal intensive care unit at another hospital until she died 5 days later. Sabrine was buried next to her father on Thursday. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Chinese tech giant ByteDance has said it has no plans to sell TikTok after a new US law put it on a deadline to divest from the hugely popular video platform or have it banned in the United States. US lawmakers set the 9-month deadline on national security grounds, alleging that TikTok can be used by the Chinese government for espionage and propaganda as long as it is owned by ByteDance. The Information, a tech-focused US news site, reported that ByteDance was looking at scenarios for selling TikTok without the powerful secret algorithm that recommends videos to its more than 1 billion users around the world. ByteDance denied it was considering a sale. Foreign media reports about ByteDance exploring the sale of TikTok are untrue. The company posted Thursday on Tuqiao, a Chinese language platform it owns. ByteDance does not have any plans to sell TikTok. At least 10 people were killed on Friday in a fire that broke out in a defunct hotel being used as a makeshift homeless shelter in the city of Porto Alegre in southern Brazil, officials said. Emergency workers confirmed 10 victims at the site, which was operating without proper authorization, said the fire department for Rio Grande do Sul state, whose capital is Porto Alegre. Mayor Sebastião Melo wrote on X that multiple injured victims were rescued and taken to the hospital but did not say how many. Local media reports put the number of injured at 11, some in serious condition. It happened very fast. People yelled fire. When I saw it, it was already 2 doors from mine. I ran out as fast as I could because there was already a lot of smoke, an unidentified resident of the building told news site G1. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 17,763.27. The NYSE Composite is increased by 31.71 points or 0.18%. Tokyo stock close price is 37,934.76. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 306.28 points or 0.81%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,088.64. The Shanghai index is increased by 35.74 points or 1.17%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,651.15. The Hang Seng index is increased by 366.61 points or 2.12%. Bombay stock close price is 73,730.16. The Sensex index is decreased by 609.28 points or 0.82%. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Defending Madrid Open champions Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka both triumphed in their opening clashes in the Spanish capital on Friday to reach the third round. Alcaraz returned after a month out to begin his double defense with a convincing 6-2, 6-1 win over Alexander Shevchenko, while Sabalenka survived a tense 3-set tussle against the in-form Magda Linette. Men's world number 3 Alcaraz shone on home clay after a forearm problem led to his withdrawals from the Monte Carlo Masters and Barcelona Open. It's been quite a tough month for me, with the uncertainty over when I would be back, said Alcaraz. Wearing a protective sleeve on his right arm, two-time Grand Slam winner Alcaraz quickly dispelled any doubts after his timeout by flying out of the blocks in the first set with a break. Alcaraz pulled off 2-second set breaks for a 3-0 lead but again allowed his 23-year-old opponent to cut the deficit before striking back with a third break, which he consolidated for 5-1. The 2022 and 2023 Madrid winner and second seed wrapped up his victory in little over an hour with another break when Shevchenko sent a forehand long. Alcaraz will face Thiago Seyboth Wild in the third round after the Brazilian surprised Lorenzo Musetti 6-4, 6-4. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. China and the US should be partners, not rivals, Xi tells Blinken. Witness testimony continues in Trump's New York hush money trial. Biden says he would be happy to debate Trump. White nationalist rally nothing compared with Gaza protests, Trump claims. Biden administration taps tech CEOs for AI safety and security board. Microsoft expands its AI empire abroad. At least 94 people died in USA after medics injected sedatives during encounters with police. India election, millions queued up to vote in second phase. Premature baby girl rescued from her dead mother's womb dies in Gaza after 5 days in an incubator. Biden says no plans to sell TikTok after US ban law. At least 10 people killed in Brazil fire. And champions Alcaraz and Sabalenka throw in Madrid Open. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BT Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.